Hi, and welcome to Studio 22. I'm your host today, Chandler Hardy. We have a great show planned for you. Local musician Jeff Richardson is with us. He fronts the bands Locust Avenue and the Empty Bottles. He's got several songs lined up, so stay right there and we'll be back in 30 seconds. Welcome back to Studio 22. We have Jeff here with us today. Thank you so much for being here and agreeing to do this show and play some of your music.
It's good to be here.
Absolutely. So tell me about your college career. Where did you start out? Where did you see yourself going before you went into music?
I went to OU in the 90s sometime, and I almost went to law school, and then I decided I didn't want to go to law school.
Yeah.
And I just kind of hung out and played music and did different jobs and all that kind of stuff.
So that's like a really big career shift. So what inspired that?
Well, it was pre-career, so
Okay.
it was my first career was that, because
Okay.
I didn't actually go to law school.
did not go.
So I decided not to go at all. And I just started playing music, and I worked in some restaurants, and now I teach guitar and I manage a bar. That's what I do for a living,
Yeah.
other than play music, I guess.
And what bar is that?
It's Pepe's on Campus Corner, and
Okay.
then I also teach guitar.
Wow, so that's a really vibrant area of Norman and of the OU community. Do you find, what kind of music do you play there?
Well, I play rock music in Locust Avenue. We play original rock songs. And then in Empty Bottles, our traditional country band, we play all covers.
Okay.
But we're talking about doing original songs in that vein, so
So you have two different bands.
yeah.
Yes. So what are really just the genre of music is different? Are they the same people, or are you the only same person?
I'm the only same person.
Okay.
I mean, we're all friends.
Yeah.
Like everybody in both bands all hang out. But yeah, it's two separate bands.
But you're the lucky double, so you
yeah,
have to really
I get to
balance
hang out
both
with
of them.
both of them, all of them. Yeah.
So how did you, we talked about this a little bit, but how did you come up with a band name? Because I've been trying to come up with a name for a blog that I just want to write on and for years, honestly, and it just hasn't come yet. So what does your band name mean to you, or how did you come up with that?
Well, Locust Avenue was based off of a project I did kind of on my own with a couple friends.
Okay.
And their studio was on Locust Street in Kansas City.
Oh, wow.
And so we decided that Locust Avenue sounded cooler.
Yeah.
And so we
Right.
said Locust Avenue is better. So that's what it'll be called. And I just kind of did it on my own. And then when we started a band like 2 years later, my friend said, Locust Avenue is cool. And I was like, all right. And that was it.
Wow.
And then for Empty Bottles, we play old country songs. And there's a song by, I think it's by George Jones, where he says, an empty bottle, a broken heart, and you're still on my mind. And we thought Empty Bottles was a kind of a cool name because it covers that song. And then it talks about how, at a country show, you're going to empty some bottles. So.
Oh, how clever. How clever. I guess it must be easier to come up with names for, people that have that creative side. But
That's just kind of lucky, really.
Really?
Yeah.
You just stumbled upon it.
Yeah.
So what songs have you produced? What songs are those about? Do you have an album out?
The Locust Avenue project's been going on for a while. It became a full band in 2004.
Okay.
And we've done, I think this will be our fifth album coming up. Fifth album coming up. Yeah.
And what's the main theme of that album? You allowed to share? Is that a secret?
Not really a theme. I mean, maybe kind of touching on modern topics,
Okay.
like kind of working into these crazy times.
Yeah. Where do you find your inspiration? Do you look for your relationships in life, or what do you draw inspiration for your songs from?
Just kind of the world around me. A lot of the times it's personal, like relationships. A lot of the times it's kind of feeling jilted a little bit with things here and there, but mostly positive.
Yeah.
But yeah, a lot of the newer stuff is kind of about fitting in with the world and the whole cyber world and making sense out of all that, I guess.
That's so interesting. What is your favorite song that you've written, and what's it about?
Oh, from the new
Yes.
album? I don't really have a favorite. Yeah, there's one called Phony Stream, and it's about kind of the idea of having these fights on the internet that are just nonsense.
Like a Facebook fight.
Yeah, yeah, and kind of just breaking away from that and going, this is ridiculous, I want to just live life. You know, that kind of idea.
How long does it take you to typically write a song? I mean, do the words just come naturally, or does it take a lot of thinking?
I usually just kind of stumble upon them. Lyrics just kind of come to me if I feel the mood, and then the melodies just will come to me, and I'll just kind of like, you know, sing them into my phone and memorize them.
Really? That's just so interesting. What song will you be performing for us when we come back from break? What's our first song?
Diminutive.
Diminutive.
Yeah.
Wow, well, thank you so much for talking for us. We'll be back so soon to see and hear Jeff perform Diminutive, so stick around.
Looking on alone upon a clear night sky, thinking about the dreams and the chance that passed me by, drifting off to laughter and floating in the smile, knowing that we gotta make this time worthwhile. Eye in the sky so diminutive, and know that you are all I've got. In a selfless sense, and I know that means a lot. Waking up at noon, I made the most of the night, but my head hurts and I'm through with your ride. Hearing faint voices, another day upon. Now I know the point of living this long. The eye in the sky so diminutive. The eye in the sky so diminutive. The eye in the sky so diminutive.
Welcome back to Studio 22. We are so excited to have Jeff here today to play these songs for us. And that first one was so beautiful. Thank you so much for sharing that with our audience. And the next song we will be hearing is also an original of his called Spaceball Ricochet.
Cover.
It's a cover.
Yeah.
It's a cover called Spaceball Ricochet.
I'm just a man. I understand the wind and all the things that make the children cry. With my Les Paul, I know I'm small, but I enjoy living anyway. Book after book, I get hooked every time the writer talks with me like a friend. What can I do? We just live in a zoo. All I do is play the spaceball ricochet. Deep in my heart, there's a house that can hold just about all of you. I love She's a changeless angel, she's a city, it's a pity that I'm like me. I bought a car, it was old and kind. I gave it my mind and it disappeared. Singing, what can I do? We just live in a zoo. All I do is play the space ball ricochet. I'm just a man, I understand the wind and all the things that make the children cry. Deep in my heart, there's a house that can hold just about all of you. How can I lay when all I do is play the space ball ricochet? Oh baby, the space ball ricochet. Oh mama, the space ball. How do the space ball? How do the space ball? Yeah, da 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 da. Do the space ball. How do the space ball?
Thank you for watching Studio 22. When we get back, Jeff is going to share with us yet another song titled Victoria. Welcome back to Studio 22. The next song Jeff will be playing is entitled Victoria, which is about the stream of consciousness. So sit back, relax, and become enchanted by Victoria.
Nobody wants you when you're down and out, but fate keeps moving on. The swaying sycamores won't scream or shout, their trace is all but gone. Blame me, Victoria. Blame me, Victoria. Blame me, Victoria. Blame me, Victoria. The cruelest days will come to pass as time keeps moving on. With every old war a new one lasts, their trace is all but gone. Blame me, Victoria. Blame me, Victoria. Blame me, Victoria. Blame me, Victoria. Nobody wants you when you're down and out, but fate keeps moving on. The dying sycamores won't scream or shout, their trace is all but gone. Blame me, Victoria. Victoria.
Stick around after break to hear one more song from our very talented guest. Welcome back to Studio 22. Our final song from our guest, Jeff, will be entitled Night, and you wrote this song.
Yes.
So what was the idea behind it? What is it about?
Well, it's just kind of about idle time, really, and what people do with their idle time. But the song was inspired by kind of the Parliament Funkadelic sound.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's so interesting. Do you write it yourself, or do you collaborate with your band members?
Oh, we all pretty much collaborate when we
Okay.
get into the practice space.
Yeah.
But like the main kind of melody idea is usually an idea of mine that we kind of bash out.
Okay. What is the album name that this song is on?
Well, we're in the process of finishing the recording, so
Yeah.
don't know for sure what it's going to be called.
Yeah. It's kind of like an end of the road idea process. You figure that out.
Yeah, I mean,
right at the
sometimes
end.
we have an idea for the name of the album, and then sometimes we don't at the end.
Okay.
And this is one of those where we don't quite have it, but we've still got one more session in the studio, so after that
Well,
we'll probably come up
you'll
with it.
figure it out then.
Yeah, we'll
Well, thank
have to,
you
right?
again so much for being here, and I hope the audience enjoys our last song for this segment entitled Night.
Thank you.
I'm gonna start that one over. Too late in the evening for you to follow through. Just tired and weeping, nothing to see or do. And you just missed her. She's sitting at home with no muse. Insomnia, sister, your TV's watching you. Late at night, they do their own thing. Late at night, they do their own thing. Shades are drawn by the window, silhouette across your pillow, honey. You only feel the way the wind blows, and love ain't coming through. Tonight she ate with you. Too late in the evening for you to follow through. But she ain't weeping, she's got the hang without you. Late at night, they do their own thing. Late at night, they do their own thing. Late at night, they do their